There, folks, I made it. I don't know how you're going to find me. Hang on, let's see. I'm going back to my page. Videos, home, refresh. Everyone, refresh your screens. Alexa, announce.
What's the announcement?
Wife, will you tell everyone kindly in the chat to refresh their screens or look for the next newest one? That my stream is actually called E27. Really, this is the one. Thank you.
Announcing.
Wife, will you tell everyone kindly in the chat to refresh their screens or look for the next newest one? That my stream is actually called E27. Really, this is the one. Thank you. All right, I see a few people made it over. All right, I did it. I'm reading my own thing here. Sorry, folks. I will wait a few minutes till everybody gets over here. Hi, everyone. I think is they're making it over. Let's see. I don't even think my wife made it over yet. Let's see. See, this is exactly why I really can't charge for this kind of thing. Sparky, you warned me before. You said that you were not going to be part of this evening's train wreck. So she did. She warned me. Uh, but actually, it's working fine. While I can see myself on my phone streaming to you. Probably none of you has made it. And I can see myself over here and I can chat with my own self. And Kevin Keller is in the chat also. So let's see if everybody made it over. Uh, if you everyone, if you made it over, just say hello in the chat. If you made it over, I'm gonna have to rethink this. Not streaming live on Facebook, but Streamlabs kicked me 2 weeks in a row. So we're going now. Let's see. There, Randy Lehman made it over. That's what we'll do. We'll call the roll, everyone. All right, call the roll. Keith Melquire, I'm not sure how you said it. He made it over. Thank you. Randy Lehman made it over. Terry Bingman made it over. And also, he wanted to know who Amanda Palmer is. And I don't know how to explain that. Eddie Lane made it over. Everybody's making it over. Uh, I think this is the official death of my Streamlabs stream. My wife is coming downstairs with a report, or else she just plowed through a glass of wine in world record time because of the fucking nightmare that's going on here. So, yeah, it's working. If you want to bring your phone here, this would be awesome. I can get you the stream. Let's see. We've got to refresh. Let's see. Where's the new one? That's the bad one. We're waiting for me. All right. See, we all made it over except for my wife. Hang on. Go to videos. Go to home. Let's see. That one didn't work. Subscribed. Live stream coming up. Okay. She ain't even on. Son of a bitch. Yeah, Sparky, I would get out of here quick too if I were you. Let's see, there's home. You gotta admit something though. You can't find live entertainment like this. This is really something else. Um, but anyway, okay. So it sounds like my wife won't be monitoring the chat tonight. You can keep trying, but I don't know what the hell it is. Let's see here. Try this one. Here, let's exit out. Whoop! I'm going in the wrong thing. Yeah, this is you can't find live entertainment like this. Let's see.
I'll just keep trying as long as everybody else.
Well, the title of this one that you're looking for is I don't even know anymore. It's called E27. Really, this is the one.
Okay.
So keep looking. Okay, so I'm seeing some chats donations coming in. Thank you very much. As you can see, they are badly needed. They're desperately needed. Somebody posted on my Facebook page that I should use a two-camera shoot and simulcast. Now, let me explain the budget to this. I mean, I love those comments and I appreciate them, but we have some budget restrictions here. My MacBook is pretty much dead. I'm about $1,200 away from replacing that thing, which I believe is somewhat toxic. I'm streaming from my phone, and I was with my iPad, so there's no simulcasting going on here at all. Love seeing these super chat donations coming in here. I'll try to read them. My wife was supposed to sit in this room and then say shit to me. If you were here last week, the Streamlabs thing fucked up again. And about an hour after this live stream, my wife and I went out by the fire, and boom, we hit the go button, and we were streaming live. And I was actually streaming live accidentally today because I tried to change the time of this thing. So Streamlabs would actually make it so I could stream on two different platforms, Facebook and YouTube, through one device. But apparently, if I can't stream through even one device, what's the fucking point there? So I'll make an attempt to start my show. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Starting 5 minutes early did me no good at all, as I had said, and the joke come back to haunt me. I would be starting about 10 minutes late if I try to start 5 minutes early, and that's basically what happened. Mark Goodson in the house is a donation. Kevin Keller, thank you very much. Welcome finally to episode 27. It is Saturday, September 26th, 2020, I think. Please hit the subscribe button for my channel. That's different than hitting the thumbs up, which is a good idea too, but I gotta get my subscriptions up. I have over 30,000 followers across different platforms. I've got like about 1,700 of you peckerheads, I mean that in a nice way, over there on YouTube. So find the subscribe button for the channel. I won't send you any junk mail, and as you can see, I can't even fucking stream when I say that I'm going to stream, so you don't have to worry about getting a lot of shit from me. In theory, when I get this thing going, the super chat can say stuff in there, and then my wife can read comments to me, but she can't find the channel now anyway. I had all this fun stuff planned for tonight like this. Look, I have a million hats, and I was going to have you peckerheads, I mean in a nice way, vote for which one, like, putting, your vote in the chat. That's one. See? Yes, another one. Not the same one you think it is, but it's not. There's another one. You can vote for that one. And one more. Man, and this other one's so old it's got some dust on it. There's that one right there. And because I love you, it's like nobody's business, you could also vote for this hat. And that should be a special memory for all of us, right? And if you don't know what this is from, then you missed a couple of episodes. That's what happened there. Get rid of that. So there we go there. Streaming live from my living room. Once again, if you came over from Facebook and landed on this page, thank you. I know it's a stretch. I'm trying to get people over there. I just did a little 5-minute live on there, yelling at people to get off of there to come over here. And they were starting to try to talk to me in the chat. Fuck that. That's why we're here in this thing, to try to talk to you in the chat. There's Karen Wagner coming in with a donation. Nice. Sparky knows Karen Wagner. They're buddies. Again, I'm using cheater notes here. Let's see here. I do got to settle down because... And the other dangerous thing here is that my wife left me 2 shots. One is apple juice and one is bourbon. And We're gonna play a drinking game later on. I'll tell you that. Get that shit going on here. Get myself settled down here. So, back to the lack of streaming equipment and me not having a MacBook. My wife is back in the chat. She come in with a thumbs up. That's fantastic. Um, the way the donations work through YouTube, and I'm still committed. I think this is the way to go. If just when I fucking figure it out, is that they don't release the money to me till I hit a certain level of donation, and it's really to the point where I'm thinking of kicking in a $15 donation myself just to get the fucking payout. So that's what we're up against here. Budget restraints. Um, the pandemic has changed me, that's for sure. Last night I realized, let's see, my wife is vegetarian, our daughter's vegetarian. Actually, a bunch of our children are vegetarian. I go on vegetarian streaks, and my previous record was about 50 days. Today is the 201st day of my vegetarian streak, and at the point at which it's 200 days, it's no longer a streak. The pandemic has made me a fucking vegetarian, and I never wanted to be a fucking vegetarian. I never wanted to be, excuse me, I hiccuped there. And knowing how nuts I am, I'm not going to trust meat for a long time. So I'll be creeping up on a year of being an accidental vegetarian, and it's really fucking pissed me off. And just the other day, and I'm lucky too, because my wife, my family, it's just a good support team. They made vegetarian dishes for me they knew I would like over the years. So I'm enjoying myself. Because tofu sucks, and I don't like fucking tofu, and they know that, so I don't get tofu. But my wife asked me if I wanted a date. We're married, so that's, you can do the math yourself. With cashew butter. And I don't know what a date was. A date was a glump. A glump of it almost looks like earwax, for crying out loud. And then I looked at it, and I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? Is that? She said, it's good. It tastes like candy. I'm like, why don't we just have fucking candy? And I have candy. And she put this cashew butter in this lump of earwax, and it's so fucking good and delicious. So now I guess I'm a vegetarian, eating fucking glumps of earwax with fucking cashew butter in there. It's not a promise that I'm going to be a vegetarian. I could snap at any minute. There's meat in the house, just so it's frozen, but just so I know in case I fucking go nuts. So right now, the pandemic has turned me into a vegetarian. So there you go. I know this from my other streaks. If you are do what I do, you do temporary vegetarian. Well, you go like 40, 50 days without meat, and then you just go nuts like I did. You go down to the buffet, Shady Maple or the Indian buffet, and fucking OD on meat. You are gonna feel like shit for a week, and I actually don't want to fucking go through that, okay? I don't want to go through it. So I figured out there's a process for me to get back to meat eating, and that's eat teeny tiny little itsy bitsy portions of meat every day over the course of about a week to 10 days till I get back. But I don't fucking trust any meat wherever I go. So there you go. Congratulations, pandemic, you've turned me into a vegetarian. Well done, I guess. I don't know. And try the date, the glump of earwax with the cashew butter. It's fucking amazing. I know, Sparky, you probably want the shot more than I do. Let's see. I haven't figured out how to pour water out of this pitcher. My wife takes good care of me. That's a beautiful pitcher of water. But even with the spout, a lot of it goes on my shoe. That doesn't really matter. Spark, want a drink? Yeah, I don't blame you. Just that won't even save the show tonight. So here we go to my cheater notes here. Tofu sucks. I already covered that. I got to peek down. I have my notes at a stupid spot. Trending on Twitter. Finally. Something good. Today was the actual release day for the Beatles' Abbey Road, and so the Beatles were trending on Twitter, and that's kind of badass. The Abbey Road album, you know, they're walking across the street, and then I think I made some notes here because I can't remember what songs are on what thing. There's that. Come together right now. And blah, blah, blah. The other one is Bang Bang, Maxwell's Silver Hammer went down on her head. That's kind of a good horror theme song. Uh, but once again, I'm still on a Rammstein kick, and I wish Rammstein would do the whole album, Abbey Road, Rammstein style. That would be fucking badass. It'd be like, let's see. Now I don't have I forgot the fucking song, and the notes are right here. Let's see. Oh, oh, darling. Fuck. And that would be all Germaned up. And it was way funnier if I would remember what the fuck I was going to say when I wrote this. But I'm still worked up about fucking Streamlabs. And the one Rammstein I don't think they would do is the Octopus's Garden. I think it's too much of a pussy song for them, and I don't think they would do this. There is no octopus in the garden. And as you can see, I'm cracking up. There's no two ways about it. I'm fucking losing my mind here. Back to my social media. The reason I'm trying to do Streamlabs is because you can do more things with one device. In theory, fans ask me about doing Cameo, where you just it's for stars, and then you just pay me. You go into Cameo, and then you find Raimi Amish comic, and they pour you off for $50, and then I do like a one-on-one with you. Or I don't really know, but apparently I'm not famous enough to be on Cameo. They're still analyzing me. Like I said, I have 30,000 followers across all my platforms, and that includes like 17 followers on TikTok, which I know a lot of people are pissed off about. But Anthony Hopkins is on TikTok, the Silence of the Lambs guy, and it's worth it to go on there just for him. That's fucking badass shit right there. So I also was trying to merge my Facebook fan pages. That's another problem. I have two Facebook fan pages. This combined is almost 30,000, and I tried to merge them. One is Amish Comic and one is Raymond Amish Comic, and Facebook said Raymond Amish Comic is not authorized to merge Amish Comics because the Amish Comic page is owned by Amish Comics. I went over to the Amish Comic page, and then it said Amish Comic is not authorized to merge the Raymond Amish Comic page because Raymond Amish Comic owns that page. And so there you go. Two pages. I'm thinking of having a third page that's just called Keith from the Keith Show. Just fucking tell him it's Raymond. Oh, fuck me, the bucket of goo. So, there we have, I don't know. When I see the blocks of color come in, I get all excited because I can see the donations coming in. Shout out to my friend Crenshaw. I don't know if he's in the chat. He's spent his whole life working in film, making film sets, and he's got a show on YouTube called Maker on the Run, because he made stuff for films, and then he fucking runs around with it. And he's got this crazy barn, and it's perfect. He should have a haunted barn tour, but check him out. In one of these live streams, I had the link for Maker on the Run, so you could easily get to it, but we can't even easily get to my chat. So there you have that right there. Shout out to Crenshaw, Maker on the Run. He grabs shit from his barn and then he tells stories about it. And he's holding out on you peckerheads because I know stories that ain't in that series yet. So you definitely want to check that out. Moving right along here. Oh, and here is what came to kick me in the Amish ass. Once again, an iOS update to fix the iOS update that they just had a couple fucking days ago. So now, when I go on my phone, I seem like I'm going to burp like every 3 seconds there. Sorry about that. If I want to take a picture that's on my phone and put it anywhere on Instagram or Facebook or wherever the fuck I want to put it, TikTok, it asked me all these questions about, am I authorized to look at pictures on my own fucking phone and put them on the platform? So I got to go through all that fucking happy horseshit. Then I got to re-enter all my passwords for everything, even for fucking chat. Put in your Apple ID. So apparently, when you update your phone, they assume your phone was stolen. And they're right to think that, because who in their right fucking mind would update their fucking phone and go through this happy horse shit anyway? If they say, oh, this dumb motherfucker, he updated to the new iOS. Yeah, it can't be his phone, because anybody who owns an Apple phone knows you never do the fucking update. And oh, so be careful on them fucking updates right there. I mean, maybe that was the reason of Streamlabs, but I don't know. Streamlabs is walking a fine line with me. Again, last week afterwards, we had fun out at the campfire, didn't we? We were going to do. That's a series we're going to be working on. Scary stories by the campfire. We walked out there. We fired up the fucking Streamlab. Boom. I don't know. I don't know. Son of a bitch bastard. All right, here we go. Scary stories from the backyard. Oh, I was going to have you peckerheads, I mean that in a nice way too, vote in the chat. I don't know if I can do it now because it's the stories would be public domain. Frankenstein is the choice, so if you would like me to start my series with Frankenstein, please put Frank in the chat right now. I'll see it eventually. Another one is Pit and the Pendulum, and if you would rather vote for that one, just put Pit. Drop it in the chat. And still there's a third one that I would be fucking making up, which is a story from many years ago that I was writing with my grandchildren. It didn't have any bad words in it, but we didn't get it finished in time, and now they're all grown up. And so that would be I can't even fucking remember anything now. Old Man Jenkins, that's right. It's a story, it's a scary story about, and my grandchildren wrote this for me. Old Man Jenkins was the most hated man in the town. And that was me. And I was actually dead in the story, and I was a ghost, and people used to come and try to, throw shit on my grave. So vote, you can vote for Old Man, Frank, put in Old Man for Old Man Jenkins that I make up as we go. There's a train, if you can hear that. Don't vote for train. You can vote for Frankenstein by putting Frank in there. You can put Pit in the Pendulum by putting Pit in there. I just don't know what the hell I'm doing anymore. I have notes. I'm looking at my notes. One of them says you can put in no story if you don't want any story at all. I don't know why the fuck I would let you vote for no story, but there you have that. No story. Old Man Jenkins. And the reason I love doing that is I love to sit out by the fire. My wife and I to burn shit. It relaxes us. My wife suckered me into camping years ago. I didn't want to go. In fact, our son with the girls who was writing the Old Man Jenkins story, he was texting me back and forth, and then he said something which I will share with you, and he just sent me the text and said, we could use him to light our fire. Now, the him is me, because when these kids are all grown up now, and we didn't have no money at all, worse than now. We went in a tent, and I was blowing off gas in that tent like nobody's business, and I don't think this was a big 15-person tent. There was like 5 people in this teeny little tent, and I'm blowing off gas, and it's the middle of the night, and I can't run out where all the raccoons and shit are, and my family suffered. I think I owe them money for this horrible thing that happened, and the farts were so loud that the next campsite in the middle of the night, somebody said, we could use him to light our campfire. So there's that. And our son that's got these 3 daughters, he used to dick with me all the time too. We took him camping, and he actually dicked with his mother, and we were down camping some other place, and he took a strike everywhere match and lined his ass up perfectly along the picnic table and flicked it across the picnic table, and the match lit, and it made it look like he lit it off his ass. You see where this is going? And then, luckily it wasn't me, it's usually me, but my wife thought this was amazing, and she was trying. She spent like 7 minutes trying to light a match off her ass, and it was should have been filmed. So there's that story I'd like to share with all of you right there. Um, then I started to feel like I was getting too old to go camping because it's a lot of work. So we wound up going to World's End again, place special to my wife near there. It's a gorgeous place, Forksville, Pennsylvania, but they have old hunters' cabins that were actually relatively affordable. And now it was my wife and our daughter, and it was summertime, and some nights get cold in the mountains. And my ladies, they get cold, and you got a fireplace there, and it was like a cast iron stove, and they begged me to light a fire in this thing. I don't give a shit. So I plugged in some wood and I threw it in this cast iron heater stove that nobody really told us was designed to keep hunters warm in the middle of fucking February. And that cabin got so fucking hot that I think we wound up going outside and pitching a tent and sleep fucking inside. So there's your camping tip for you if you go and graduate to cabins and you see the hunter's stove there, the cast iron stove, you think it's a little cool tonight. Don't you dare start a fucking fire in there. That's amazing. Al in the house. That I could do a whole show on Al. Thank you, Al. That's a very nice donation there. That is absolutely incredible. I could do a whole Al's family. He took care of me in Ireland. That fucked me up right there because whoa. Yeah, man. Al probably made my wife. She's probably upstairs crying right now. That's why she can't be in the room right here. That's badass right there. Holy shit! I shouldn't see these donations. Ow. Fucking amazing. All right, now back to whatever the hell I was talking about. Camping. Lighting matches off the ass. See, I'm there. Oh. Some of these stories are just tell for me. At the World's End cabins, me still being new to being out in the woods, I took the cabin we had to the nice little cliff in the backyard and went down to the water, and I threw hunks of bologna, ring bologna, which I don't even give a fuck now because I'm a vegetarian. It's because the raccoon was down there, and then my wife said, you really shouldn't feed the critters because they're going to come after us and want to go in the refrigerator and get shit, so just dial it back a little bit. And the next day, I looked down there and check this shit out. The raccoon had enough manners to peel the thing off the bologna. That's better manners than I had. And something just came up there. Sticker, special goal. I don't know if somebody just kicked a field goal. I don't know what this is. This is so amazing. Again, Streamlabs right there. Fuck me in a bucket of goo. Raccoon peels his bologna. Also, again, if you're new over here, please hit the subscribe button. Somehow it helps my career, assuming that I will be able to stream live like this. I'll finally make it. Let's see here. I'm all worked up. We get the Frankenstein votes. We get the camping. We get the match off the ass. Halloween picks. I love scary movies. I'm in between books now. Our daughter suggested this. If you like scary, mind-melting flicks, Coherence. I think it's Amazon Prime. I don't want to do a fucking commercial for them, but it's Coherence. If there's any Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans, Xander is in this thing, and it's couples that go out to dinner and go fucking nuts, and that's the whole thing. And when you're done, you'll go, what the fuck was that? It's basically, if you're ever wondering if 3 or 4 couples got together and had a bad acid trip, that would be coherence. So it was a very enjoyable watch. You know, like old school stuff, I popped on Bride of Frankenstein, one of my favorites. But it's funny to watch these old movies now in the context of how life is now, not just so much pandemic, but just in terms of what they thought they should make. So obviously, Frankenstein was going to be lonely, and there was no FrankensteinMatch.com, so they had to figure out a way to get him a date, and there was no Facebook for monsters and none of that shit. So they the entire movie was about building a bride for actual Frankenstein. So they had to go out and find a dead body that was pretty hot looking. And let's just say what it is. Igor is a dumb motherfucker. He just ran down the street and clanged somebody, and then he brought him back and said, "Oh, she just had a horrible accident." Which he wasn't really lying, but he was the horrible accident. So the entire movie is building this date for Frankenstein, and she's actually pretty hot looking. So, and then they did a terrible mistake, and it's relevant now because they hooked him up, and they didn't really ask her opinion, and basically it's up to the women if they're going to be with us or not, no matter what we think. And the whole movie builds up to Bride of Frankenstein meeting her future husband, and she goes, "Oh!" And she fucking screams, and then he goes nuts, and then they all fucking kill each other. So the moral of the story is women get to pick their own shit. You don't tell women what to do. You ask them, "Hey, you want to go out with Frankenstein here? He's looking pretty hot." But they didn't fucking ask her. Boom roasted. If you've never seen that, now I'll fuck that movie up for you. How about that? Bride of Frankenstein, there's that one. Changing subjects here. Let's see. Oh, if you like me, you find out shit accidentally. Okay, so what I found out accidentally, and I phoned it in Keith on the radio this past week, so if you've heard it, this is a rerun. I wonder shit that sometimes I should have just left that I didn't wonder. Kellogg's cornflakes have been around for fucking ever. So I've wondered who invented Kellogg's cornflakes. You would hope it was some guy's name, Kellogg, and it actually was. I don't remember his first name, but back in like 1907 or 1894, Mr. Kellogg, who was a doctor who worked at an insane asylum, created Kellogg's cornflakes. He wanted a breakfast cereal, breakfast, most important meal of the day, all-inclusive meal that you could just eat and fucking go. But Mr. Kellogg believed that sex was the downfall of society. And Mr. Kellogg didn't even sleep in the same bed with his wife, and they didn't even have the beds in the same room like they do on Dick Van Dyke, where there's a bed there and there's a bed there. They were in different fucking rooms because the Kellogg's cornflakes were invented to prevent masturbation, because apparently men, maybe he his own self, had a problem with masturbation, and he figured corn cereal, cornflakes will cure this. I'm not making any of this shit up. You can Google it and fact check me. So it was invented to stop masturbation, and apparently, even though it's still on the market, I don't think it has any kind of warning like that on the box. But it got me thinking about like Captain Crunch and Fruit Loops, and I gotta check out all that fucking shit yet. Kellogg's cornflakes, invented so you want. There was no real reports as to how effective it was. So there you go. Probably ruined Kellogg's cornflakes for everybody. You're welcome. Sparky, this is a crazy. Are you ready for water? Oh my God. You peckerheads, I mean that in a nice way. I can't believe you tolerate this shit. No water tonight? Alright. See, even Sparky's taking with me. When she drinks water, it's real cute, and everybody goes, "Oh, look, she drank some water." Okay, oh, if you're like me, I really lean on Babumpsa. Alexa. A lot of people don't like him because when you say that now, that's why I would call her Babumpsa. I talk to her like, Alexa, what's the weather?
Right now in Emmaus, it's 66 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Tonight's forecast has dreary weather with a low of 64 degrees.
Then I will forget and walk in another room and ask bathroom Babumpsa what the fucking weather is. And if I go into my history, it looks like I would have asked Babumpsa what the weather is 19 fucking times, and I still don't know what the weather is. So if that happens to you, you're not alone. You're just as nuts as me. How about that, for crying out loud? So I also had intended to do a big block of football tonight, which I'm still thinking I'm going to do. But football is probably longer than my entire show that I've done now, so I'm a little on the fence. And somebody from the chat last week wanted me to perform Worst Winter We Ever Had, and that is also a long piece of material which I don't really know if I'm committed to, and it might be too soon. Of course, if I do it now when it actually snows, I can bring that shit back. Well, that means I'm still in this fucking room when it's snowing, then we'll all go fucking Looney Tunes. So let's see. How am I doing on time here? I don't even know. Holy shit, look. Live stream starts in 38 seconds. What the fuck is going on? Football. Okay, football is a thing now that and people love football, and that was a thing to be happy about. And everybody's like, football's back. Wahoo! I like football a little bit. I kind of like it, and I don't really like it. I've ranted about this before. This game is too long, much like my live streams. 3 fucking hours. One game is 3 fucking hours. Then when life is normal, then there's 3 games on Sunday. That's 10 fucking hours of football every Sunday for like 16 fucking weeks in a row. That's a tremendous commitment of time. And guys, I'm here to tell you, if you spend 10 hours every Sunday with your woman for 16 weeks in a row, you'd be getting so much action, you wouldn't have time for your fantasy league. Uh-oh, that's a firework. Bear with me here. I love the people have fireworks, but they scare the fuck out of Sparky, so hang in there. I gotta calm my bird down. Sparky, I'm sorry, that they're supposed to have sparklers first. Let me get right here. There you go. What happens is, now she's stuck on a curtain. I'm making things worse. So what happens is this. It's those fireworks that come without sparkler warning, I think, are mostly people that are assholes. Don't get pissed off at me. I love fireworks, but when the big explosion comes with no warning, fuck you, man. That's the jerk off right there. I like to find that peckerhead's house and go with a wooden porch and stomp on it fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. So Sparky, you can settle down. You can grab a shoulder. She's liable to fly off again. Microphone. No, she was going to hang on to my finger. So I don't really feel like I want to rant about football now because I got to calm my bird down right there. Boy, this is a weird fucking night, right? Fuck me in a buggeroo. Okay, let's try to get through football. What the hell? So, main problem with football is if your team loses, you're really pissed off, aren't you? That's what happens, and then you get more pissed off as the week goes on. And by like Tuesday, Wednesday, you're so pissed off with your team that you're phoning in sports talk radio shows demanding grown men be fired. What the fuck's wrong with us? Is what kind of society we become? We gotta trade that son of a bitch. We lose every year. We fucking lose. Get him the fuck out of there. Trade him out of there. I wish they had phone in talk shows for people's normal job. Like phone in the bank teller show. Becky down there at First Sovereign or fucking Santander, whatever the fuck the name of the bank is. Get her the fuck out of there. She can't cash my check to save her life every week. I'm short fucking $20. I can't live like this. Trade her down to a bank in Kentucky, man. Them fuckers can't count so good either. That was sort of southern racist, but it's part of the thing. back on the microphone. That's a good sign that she's feeling a little better. But I'm pretty worked up. There's no way I'm going to get through football now. This is too weird of a night. All right. Fuck it. I'll try football another week. All right. Let me regroup here. Uh, See, there's nothing in my notes about if a firework goes off and Sparky flies across the room. So there's nothing about that. So let me do something else here. I'll move on. Instead of the worst winter that we ever had, I will go back and time travel to when all this began, and I will talk to you about the worst summer that we ever had, because I wish the weatherman would warn us about spring with the same passion that they warn us about winter, because they always say, even like now, they go, oh, it's the worst winter that we ever had. And they can't all be the worst winter. Some of them are not so bad, but they never warn us that it's going to be the worst spring we ever had, and they should, because springs always suck, because if you're lucky, there's only one good spring day, and that doesn't even happen in the fucking spring. We'd be walking around in October going, boy, it feels like spring. Thanks a lot. Now that was fucking spring. Now we're fucked for a whole nother year. Now we don't get spring next year. They should do it. They should warn you. They should come out about 2 weeks before the winter's over. It's going to be the worst spring that we ever had, because the temperature's going to go way up, and you're going to shut the boiler off, and you're going to open up all the windows and put the screens in, even the big heavy ones that hurt your back. You open up them fucking windows, and then the temperature's going to drop like a motherfucker, and then you're going to have to scramble, rip them fucking screens out, close them fucking windows, go down the basement, fire up the fucking boiler. But guess what? You'll all be out of heating oil. Say, fuck that. It's almost spring. I'm not going to spend $400 on heating oil. I'll get space heaters out. And you'll tell yourself. Then you plug them fucking space heaters in, but you'll be too lazy to go out to the shed to get the heavy duty cords. And then you're going to have your carpet burst into flames. And then your electric bill's going to go through the fucking roof. Then it's going to warm back up. Now your house would be hotter than that fucking cabin up at fucking World's End with the fucking fire logs in there for the hunters. Then you gotta open up the fucking windows and put actual air conditioners in before it's even actually spring to bring the fucking temperature back down. And you're gonna go through that for about 2 weeks. And then spring will finally have arrived. And you go, this is it. This is spring. It finally made it. So you're gonna have a picnic. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna go, first picnic of the year, get the really expensive Delmonico steaks, which I can't eat anymore because I'm vegetarian, and the really expensive beer, and you go out there grilling up them steaks, and the propane tank's gonna run fucking dry on you. So you're gonna send your poor wife to the Turkey Hill to get propane tanks, and she will send you a text message that says they don't have propane this early in the year, but they have half off sidewalk salt and snow shovels, motherfuckers. And you have to take them steaks off the grill, bring them in the house, fire up the boiler, and finish them off. And that temperature's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to be the worst spring that we ever had. Oh! Then another reason I don't like spring is because people get obsessed with their gardens. And because of my farming background, people believe that I owe them some sort of farming expertise. And we go through this every year to say, hey, Amish, when you get a chance, can you come over and have a look at my tomatoes? Unless that's a metaphor for your wife's knockers. No, I don't want to know. I'm hearing something that you probably can't hear. And I've been hearing it for a while, but it only just hit me right now. The Baboomsa alarm I set to tell me that my show was over, I like to put a different alarm in. And the football cheering guys fucked me up because they actually thought my air conditioner was starting to act up and make a weird noise. So, Alexa, stop. Can you hear that? This is a weird fucking night. Ready for water now? Nope. Holy shit. Crying out loud. Okay, so I don't know what else weird shit can happen. I didn't make it through football. No surprise there. Let's see, and that's what that whole page is right there. Worst spring that we ever had right there. Okay, so again, shout out to my wife. In a perfect world, she will be in this room monitoring the chat after I figure out how to. And I didn't say monitoring right. There's a monitoring. I'm not drunk yet, but I'm gonna fucking hit it pretty soon. And then we'll have some fun games like if the chats go up high enough in there, if the donations go up, I'll drink the fucking shot and she'll report it. Uh, there's a gray area as to whether she'll be down in this room and sitting on that sofa right there, or in the curtain behind me and a big comfy chair. And then if the donations go up enough, she might pop her head out and say, bye, hello. So we're not really sure exactly what's going to happen there, but that's what we're looking forward to here. Again, I'm really sorry about this episode. I just don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm not going to do an after show test stream tonight because it'll work, and then I'll sit out there like a dumb son of a bitch and I won't have anything to say. So thanks for tuning in. I think I'm going to wrap this up. I really don't think I should try Streamlabs anymore. Just that's too fucking embarrassing. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the chat because I will watch this. And then can't respond to them actually now. But again, requests for material. There's nothing left. There's absolutely nothing left in this mind of mine right now. So drop your stuff in the chat there. Subscribe. Get your Facebook people over onto my page. I'm just a teeny tiniest little bitter about 30,000 fans that didn't make it over to watch the replay. They could watch it here. They actually could watch the replay here, but somehow I'm trying to help people out because Facebook fucks your mind up, man. There's so much fighting going on Facebook. That was one of the reasons I came over to YouTube. But people are so nuts. They say, I'm not leaving Facebook. I don't want to miss a fight, for fuck's sake. So get those people over here onto YouTube. Keep yourself safe if that's what you want. If you want to run around like a maniac, then run around like a maniac. But don't fucking judge people. We're all just not stable right now. All right? So I appreciate you. I love you. I need a big finish. My amazing wife, when I shut this stream down, I will say, Alexa, announce.
What's the announcement?
That's a wrap, beautiful wife.
Announcing.
That's a wrap, beautiful wife. And because she's so amazing, she will say, that was a great show, no matter how fucking much it sucked. That's amazing. I love you. Thanks for tuning in. And hopefully I'll see you next week. Maybe I should start that live stream right now. See if I can shut this shit down. Here we go. Boom.